KnowYourTutor.com is a one-stop platform to find best coaching institutes, tutors, and to get discount on courses.
अपने इंस्टीट्यूट के बारे में बताइए प्लीज।
Well, my institute's name is Kiwi Education, and we started this venture in 2009. So it's been around 7 years that we've been serving students, and it's not only about coaching. I think the kind of quality education that we provide, which is not only holistic but also works on the main English language skills. So generally, if I talk about the type of coachings that we provide, they include Ielts and PT Academy coaching sessions. So they work not only on English language skills but also on the overall personality of the student. And I think that's something which is very important in today's time. Yeah.
Okay. Established कब हुआ था?
It was established in 2009. So it's been 7 good years that we have been serving students with respect to their language skills, with respect to their student visa consultancy and rest of the things. And we plan to see many more years together, many more years in future successfully. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
फैकल्टी के बारे में बताइए प्लीज।
Well, we have a team of around 9 trainers here. Some of them are visiting faculties whom we hire on call basis, and main team of trainers include 4 members. I'm the one who head those team of trainers because being a certified and trained trainer from IDP British Council and PT Academic, I'm able to handle those 4 trainers together. So sometimes we also include, we are very commonly seen among the workshops that are held by IDP British Council and PT Academic every year. In fact, one of our certification is due in March 2017 for PT Academic and IELTS also. So we train, we have in-house trainers, we have trainers who deal according to the requirement of students.
पास रिजल्ट कैसा रहा आपके इंस्टीट्यूट?
Well, when it comes to past results, I would rather say that results are certain things which almost speak for themselves. If I talk about the type of trainings, as I also earlier mentioned, we deal in 2 types of trainings. One is offline training, the one that you have as classroom teachings, and the other one that we have is online trainings, whereby we deal with students online, international students, in fact clients who are settled from India to some other place and they want to move ahead in lives. When it comes to offline training, the best training session that we've had so far was with a set of students who were software engineers. All 3 of them rendered a very handsome result this year only in January. So the best result was 8.5 overall. When it comes to online, I would rather try to talk about PT Academic. We have a render result score of 84. So I would like to give mention of the student, but I am sure it has some privacy concerns. Okay. She was able to file her permanent residency very day when she got her PT Academic result, because she was eligible enough.
Okay.
So I think scores speak for themselves. You can visit our Facebook page as well to get to know testimonials.
Okay.
Yeah.
आपका इंस्टीट्यूट डिफरेंट कैसे है बाकी इंस्टीट्यूट से?
Well, many other institutes I think focus more on practice. So the more you practice, the more you learn. This is what their approach is. Our approach is a little different. If you check our sessions here, teaching sessions here, you would find that sometimes, not sometimes, in fact once in a week, we conduct a masterclass session. Masterclass session is something that I personally take. Now these sessions are aimed and oriented only to work on the weaknesses of students. If I talk about other institutes, I would not like to condemn any, but most of them are working on the basic logic of practicing every day of the week. We don't deal with that. We generally deal with around 4 to 5 practice sessions a week, followed by grammar week sessions and master classes. These are the classes that you would find are most productive when you are practicing with us. They work on your weak areas, they work on everything almost. Yeah.
So मैम आप स्टूडेंट को सपोर्ट करते हैं आफ्टर ड्यूरेशन, लाइक 2 months का है, 3 months का है, बाद में कोई स्टूडेंट के डाउट्स हो वो क्लियर करने आ सकता है?
Okay, when it comes to practice sessions, I must tell you, IELTS is, or PT Academic for per se, is not a test that you can cram or grasp in 1 month's time. Let me clarify this thing very clearly. These 2 tests are not syllabus-based tests, so I personally don't think that there is a set syllabus which you can just simply go through and you're ready for the exam as such. It's a language test. Language test itself involves a whole set of preparation. If I talk about students, there are students who initially are not very clear with the preparation strategy. So what they do is they try to plan it for a month. My ex-friend did it in a month and he or she was able to score. But sometimes it's only 3rd week. For some students, the improvement starts reflecting. So when it comes to extending the course or coming over for your doubt clearing session, let me tell all of them very clearly here. Masterclass sessions for ex-students are absolutely free. Why? Because once you have registered with us, we have formed a relationship with you, of course, a teacher-student pious relationship. Every week when we have a masterclass for IELTS, I would like you guys to know it is on Saturdays morning, and for PT Academic, the session is held on Friday evening. So any student who has enrolled with us once and wants to come again for his doubt clearing sessions during masterclass is free to come, provided he can send us a text. Because if you have checked out our video, you would see we have very limited number of seats, and sometimes it so happens that if a student has not informed us, it becomes difficult for us to accommodate. Yeah.
स्टडी मटेरियल आप खुद प्रोवाइड करते हैं?
So study material, if I talk about, is something that we are proud of, for the simple fact that not only it includes variety, it includes a lot of complexity. So what happens, I think, during the practices, if a student is exposed to variety of study material, he or she is able to explore his potential better. So we have study material by Indian authors as well as international authors, and as I earlier also mentioned, I'm myself a certified trainer by IDP, British Council and PT Academic, and let me tell you all, we keep constantly getting updates from these three organizations as to what has been happening, some past exams as well. So that keeps people abreast with what is happening and what is it that they need to do further. Yeah.
कुछ और बताना चाहेंगे इन के बारे में?
If I talk about our institute in particular, I think the major unique point that we have in mind, or the unique selling point that we have, is only two. I would rather focus on them one by one. The very first feature is our limited batch strength. We do not focus on having more and more students in the same batch. We always prefer to have smaller batch. We always prefer to have less number of students, for the simple fact that having more students would of course lead to leak in quality, which we cannot assume. So if I talk about, most of the students that reference base that we get is actually from our existing database, and that of course happens because they are able to get good results. The second unique selling point that we would have is for the fact that, since I said we have limited batch strength, I personally take care of all the students on one-to-one basis. As I told you about those weekly masterclass sessions, Fridays for PT Academic and Saturdays for IELTS, that's a main contact point that every student gets to have with me. And I would rather say why it helps the student is because having a trained eye on your training, having somebody who can find out the nitty-gritties in your performance, can help you score well no matter what. So you would see sometimes it is very important to hire a qualified trainer rather than going into a normal institute where you may find a lot of, because ultimately practicing IELTS does not really mean making or developing a circle as such. Yeah. So my message to all of you, I would rather say the same thing that I've been saying otherwise as well. When you join us, you would know that you are in safe hands. You are in safe hands in a way that you would be able to work on your weaknesses and polish your strengths in the best possible way that you can. For more information about us, to get to know more that we offer, you can always visit our details on KnowYourTutor.com. I personally find this website very informative, and of course I think now onwards it's going to be a medium that is going to connect us with you and you with me. So yes, welcome anytime. Book your seat today.